Michelle Torrio, and this is the Be Mindful podcast. Hello, and welcome to the Be Mindful podcast. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about manifestation and why you need faith and action in order for your dreams to come true. So if you're into that, keep listening, and we're just going to get right into it. As I mentioned, manifestation only works if you have faith and you're taking consistent, aligned action. You cannot pray for growth and resist to do the work. So if you are struggling with your manifestations coming to life, it is probably because you are either missing the faith aspect or you're not taking action. You can believe in yourself all you want, which is a beautiful thing, but if you are not putting in the work, you cannot expect your manifestations to come to life. When you are taking aligned action, you are already putting out into the universe and proving that you are worthy of this manifestation. It's the same thing when it comes to putting in the work. If you are putting in the work, but you are continuously doubting yourself, you are not going to manifest it in the way that you want. You're going to probably delay it from coming to you. And when you are forcefully taking action, this isn't being intentional. You are putting in work through negative energy. Manifestations come easily when you are at peace and you are not hustling from a place of scarcity. You are working towards your goal with intention. You're being strategic. You're not rushing, and you are trusting the process, even how long it takes. Manifestation is not passive wishing. Neuroplasticity already proves to us that your belief is not enough. Your brain starts to rewire through repeated action. So you cannot become the next level by thinking differently. You become the next version of yourself by moving differently. A misunderstanding that I see a lot when it comes to manifestation all over social media is that you need to visualize it for it to come to you. Don't get me wrong, I love visualization. It's a very powerful tool. You're training your mind. However, you cannot just sit and visualize it and expect it to just come. I've been reading the Bible recently, and there's a Bible verse that stuck out, and I wanted to share it with you on this episode. It's James 2, verses 26. And it says, "For as the body without the Holy Spirit is dead, so faith without work is dead also. And whether you believe in God or not," again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, "God will not provide you with something that He does not trust you with." For you to be able to manifest something that you believe is meant for you, you have to prove to yourself that you are capable of not only receiving it, but maintaining it and keeping it. Hope without movement just becomes a fantasy. And prayer without obedience just delays the process. Your nervous system is not going to rewire just because you journaled once or showed up once. It'll start to rewire when you act in alignment based on your beliefs. Manifestation is a way of being. And when you take action, you start to change your identity. So I mentioned neuroplasticity earlier. And if you do not know what neuroplasticity is, it is the ability for the brain to reorganize itself. So every repeated thought and action strengthens your neural pathways. I like to call the neural pathways like freeways in your brain. So there's all these electrical pathways. So imagine your habits. There are many different neural pathways in your brain repeating over and over. So let's say you have the habit of waking up early every single day at 6 a.m. When you start doing that over and over, your body becomes so used to it and it becomes a strengthened neural pathway. This is the exact same thing when it comes to beliefs. And this is exactly why when you take action, you change your identity and neuroplasticity happens. So when you say that you trust God or the universe, whatever you believe in, but avoid the uncomfortable step, then that means you are training your mind to wire for avoidance. And then if you say you're becoming confident, but you avoid visibility, you avoid taking the actions that grow your confidence, you are training your mind to retreat. So I'm pretty sure you're getting it now that whatever you repeat, it's going to be so much easier to do it because you're wiring your mind to respond that way. I was recently having a conversation with someone who was sharing with me that every time they come back from vacation, they are so worried about getting back into their normal cycles of burnout. Because of them continuously burning out, it's actually impacting their health. And they were telling me, I'm so worried that I'm going to end up on the cycle again and just self-sabotage myself. So I told them, well, if you are already expecting yourself to self-sabotage and be in this cycle again, then it's bound to happen. You're creating that prophecy that you're going to lead to burnout. And that is a perfect example that their brain has just been wired that way. So I told them, if you expect to have a different result, stop assuming that you're going to self-sabotage. And it's obviously not easy to rewire your mind and creating new habits and responding differently. But that's our responsibility though. If we want to see change, we have to create change ourselves. So I told them, if you find yourself in this cycle again, instead of being upset at yourself that you got there again, ask yourself, how did I get here again? How can I respond differently? What am I doing over and over again to be in this exact same position? You cannot make any changes without that clear awareness first. And this is a big reason why faith is required when you're making moves. Faith is taking action even if you don't feel the confidence in it yet. When you keep showing up, you build that confidence and that trust in yourself. And no matter what level you're at, movement is the proof to your nervous system that you are safe in expansion. Trust in the uncertainty and trust in being uncomfortable, because that's what's going to start moving the needle. That's what's going to push you to be where you're meant to be. You cannot share your gifts with the world by staying stagnant. You are for sure going to feel resistance. That's because your brain thinks this isn't safe yet. And that's something that a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to manifesting. Your emotions have a huge impact. As you are expanding and taking these uncomfortable steps, doubt is going to arise. Imposter syndrome is going to arise. Even the fear of being misunderstood. But that's not your sign to stop. And discomfort isn't misalignment. What it is rewiring. So let's go over the 3 steps that you could take today so that you could start manifesting with ease and less worry. The first one is gaining awareness. Ask yourself this: what do you desire and what are you praying for, but you are physically resisting to take action? The second step is micro movement, specifying on the micro. Whatever you're working towards, take small baby steps. You do not need to take a huge leap of something new. Start small, continue to repeat it, and keep going, and then add on. And the last step is to take action before you're ready. You are never going to be ready if you don't start. You need to build the confidence and build that authority that you are worthy of this desire by taking action. And I get it. It's easier said than done. But faith isn't passive. It's voluntary. And the life you're praying for requires the version of you that you are avoiding to become. Faith plus action works best when you have a little guidance walking alongside you. If you're in a growth season and you're being called to level up, but your nervous system is pulling you back, that's exactly what we're going to be working on in my new live trainings that's going to be coming out in a couple months. If you're interested and want to get on the wait list, just check the link in my description. And just a reminder before I end today's episode, God will open doors for you. Opportunities will flow your way. But you have to remember, in order for you to see that door open, you have to walk through it, even if you're uncomfortable. And that is it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this, please follow and subscribe wherever you're listening. And don't you forget to be mindful, because who you are from within will attract from the out. See you in the next episode. Bye.